unpleasant. Sometimes you can get shunned from society in a way that is very difficult to handle. But for a Uranian type personality, there's no other way to do it. Uranus is also about creating things. So sometimes a person that has some aspects, or Uranus is in certain houses, you might find that person is very creative, or they invent something that becomes wildly successful. Because remember, Uranus is also about surprise, right? Surprise and sudden change. So sometimes a person could be inventive, and they can invent something that has wild success and changes their life in a way that no one could have ever anticipated, including the person who has it. And so those are some things about Uranus I think that are good to know. I'll have you know, when I look in the charts of really successful people, some, like maybe like a handful of them, may have a aspect, or how do I describe this? They may have an aspect with Uranus that is that I feel had a large impact in their success. And by this I mean this. I haven't said this in another episode, so I'll say it now, because Uranus is one of these planets that this could happen with. When I look in people's charts that are really successful, not everybody, but a good portion, people that have not only success, but sustained success, a lot of times they will have what is called a conjunction, or which is basically when two planets are in the same sign in very close degrees. They will have a conjunction between two slower moving planets. Uranus is one of those slower moving planets. So when it comes to the slower moving planets, we're talking about Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. Those are the slower moving planets. And so people that become really popular or really successful, and it lasts for quite a while, or a long time, maybe even their whole life, that's usually the case. They usually have two planets that are slower moving, conjunct, meaning within a few degrees or so of each other in their chart. So that's a major tip. I'll be honest with you, I haven't read this anywhere. This is just my own study of looking at different charts. And so now if you're looking at your chart and you see that you have two of the slower moving planets close to each other. And here's the thing, the closer they are to each other, like if they're within 1 degree of each other, I believe that's like the quicker the success will come. But if the planets are a little farther away, maybe 10 degrees away or something like that, it may take a little longer for the success to take place. But that's just because the planet that progresses to that other planet is going to take it a little longer to get there. Because remember, these are the slower moving planets. And that's probably why success tends to be more long term. Because these planets move so slow, once success comes, it stays for a while. Okay. Then to give you two examples, I'll give you two examples. When it comes to the outer planets or the slower moving planets of two people who became super popular. And I'll go ahead and give you that example because luckily I discussed them in this season. So one of them is Adele. She had a close conjunction involving Uranus. And the other one is Rihanna. She had a close conjunction involving Uranus. So for Rihanna, it was Uranus 0 degrees, like they were like right on top of each other, with Saturn. Those were the two slower moving planets that were conjunct each other in Rihanna's chart. When it came to Adele, believe it or not, it was also Uranus and Saturn. They were just 1 degree apart. All right, and so that may have something to do with why they kind of found success kind of earlier in life. And again, it became more sustained because these planets move slower. So, when you get a chance, take a look and see if you have two slower moving planets two slower moving planets that are really close together. And what I mean is, when you look at your wheel, are the two planets like right next to each other, or close enough to where they are like approaching, one of them is approaching the other.